Hey guys, how you doing? Let's get right into it. It is Headhunter Alpha playing his T832 in this map, which is Wargaming calls it Lost Paradise. It's also called Oyster Bay, but it translates into English as Lost Paradise when you load the replay. It's not. They got it wrong. It's supposed to be Paradise Lost. It's Lost Paradise and Oyster Bay. Why do they do that? They have names of maps, but when you look for games played on those maps as replays, there's different names. Like Mines is called Hills, and there's a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of that are kind of wonky. But anyway, this doesn't matter. How are you guys? How you doing today? How you doing? Just 2 games for you today. No weird intro, no shenanigans, no Minotauro is going to be hard to pen. What is this thing? T832. He has APCR 252, pen 320 on. He snaps the cupola of the patent tier 9. He's a tier 8, guys. He's a tier 8. He snapped the. That's why the patent's so much fun to play. His regular ammo is 218 pen, and he's bounced the Skoda, and now he did not bounce a Skoda. So he bounced an invisible Skoda, which is even. And now he's asking to be shot again. He's tier 8 in a tier 10 game, guys, and he's moved up to the choke point, and he's basically in the driver's seat. This is why we're watching this replay, is because like he's not top tier. And he's got some bigger guys behind him that are just like. He penned the patent, which I thought was cool. He's playing point position. The Malbrecher is not even playing the game. The Jagdpanzer E100 is he's in the different. There's numerous choke points here. You see the Jagdpanzer E100 is facing the Object 705A. And I got a bit of strategy for you, what I would do. See that Jagdpanzer E100 trying to face this. Oh, he tracked him, but he takes a hit. 500, oh, that hurts. But he tracked him. Maybe you can't perma-track him. Let me give you the bit of strategy for the Jagdpanzer E100, who's fighting an Object 705 on a choke point like that. The Object 705 is going to side scrape, and Jagdpanzer E100 is going to do nothing. Every time the Jagdpanzer E100 is going to pull out, the Object's going to shoot him in the lower plate because the. And is he dead? No, he's not dead yet. Where is he? Yeah, see, the Object's even moved forward. When you get in a position like that, where you're facing in this case, an Object 705A in a perfect position, side scraping, perfect. Look, this guy's there. He is. He's lost all his HP. What he just did, yes, that is correct. Just leave. Just don't face him. Just go to a different. Leave. Reevaluate your situation. If you've got some mobility, go to a different position, and this will happen. The Object will overcommit himself if he's a bad player, and then you guys can take him out. And this guy is handling one of the most formidable tanks on the enemy team by himself. Of course, the Object is a Muppet, and he's not even looking at him. Oh, he is now. And you track, and don't get tracked again. He's playing it perfectly. You see this? And he bounced him. This is beautiful. Well done, my friend. This he deserves our praise just on this maneuver here. It's so nice to see one of these kind of overpowered Russian pieces of shit get taken out like that. That is beautiful. That's a tier 10. And this guy he's just a little tier 8. So, anyways, my advice was, generally speaking, you can argue, you can always argue. There's no right and wrong decision. You could say, well, no, the Jagdpanzer E100 needed to hold that corner. He needed to just bounce more shots. He needs to get good, learn to aim, blah, 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 right? If he abandons the corner, his team gets flanked. There's a lot of teammates. A whole bunch contrary to what I said. But the gist of it is correct. This is... he's handling another tier 10. Holy shit. The gist of it is exactly correct. What I'm trying to say, generally speaking, is don't fight an enemy tank that is in its optimal position, where it's strong. If there's a hull down Super Conqueror in a position, and you happen to, you show up, and you're in a pet, or you're in a Russian tank that doesn't have good gun depression or something, don't fight them on that ridgeline. Just don't. There's other choices, usually. You can turn around and go somewhere else. You probably have more speed, you can get away, you can flank them, you can wait, you can do lots of different things. You don't have to keep poking the ridgeline and let the Super Conqueror kill you. You don't have to fight an Object 705 was side scraping. Let's show you. He was right over here, side scraping, and the Jagdpanzer E100 was right where this guy is. He has to pull his whole tank out to get a shot. He's getting farmed. You don't have to do that. He just backed away. The Jagdpanzer E100 backed away, and look what happened. They killed the Object 705 because he said, "Oh, I got him. I'm going to keep going." So, pick your battles. This guy picked the battles. Now, having said all that, this guy picked a battle with two of the toughest tier 10 tanks. That's pretty good. Eh? Two of the toughest tier 10 tanks. Say that 5 times really fast. And he beat them. The reason his team's going to win this game is because he played like a boss. Right? So think of that. I wanted to make that point, but maybe this example wasn't the perfect example, but it's true. You don't have to fight. And who was it? Wing Wu that wrote the book, The Art of War? Don't fight the enemies on where they're strong, or if the enemies are making a mistake, let them continue to make a mistake, or choose your battleground, or something like that. Look at this gun depression. Gun depression. Oh, he missed it. This guy's got balls. This guy's got balls. Look at this. He's got balls. Yeah, don't fight into your enemy's strength. You go where you're strong and hope you find a Muppet that will fight you. If you encounter an enemy that's in his really strong position, go somewhere else. At least you won't be donating your HP to him. So this guy, Headhunter Alpha, ends up with a WN8 of 8,375, which is should be higher, because this score does not reflect the true value he had on that team. Like 5,505 damage. That's fantastic for a tier 8 in a tier 10 game, but he did even better than what this depicts. All right, Devudazing from the Minkies clan is driving his Drew Nu. Now this is one of these maps where let's get hill, he says, or says the EBR on his team. The north spawn almost always wins the hill, because look at the map. The north spawn spawns closer to the hill. The Wargaming designed the map like that. So if you're playing on the south spawn, you don't have to try and take the hill. You can, and you could have a fantastic game if you take it. But it's harder for you, and you're playing into the enemy strength on this map. There goes an EBR. There goes their EBR. I drove into a rock. So the point I'm trying to make is not made in this game. In this game, there's a lot of heavy tanks, and there's only 2 medium tanks and some TDs. And his fast tank, the T50-2, went to where the enemy's strong. The EBR is now saying, "Screw this, I'm not playing." And the medium tanks did not come up on the hill. So his team could have had the hill easily, but they didn't. The point I'm trying to make is that there's some positions that a tank is strong in. You don't have to fight, like I said, a hull down Super Conqueror or a side scraping Object 705. You don't have to fight an enemy in his position of strength. There's also maps that some maps have positions of strength for different teams. The hill is usually the position of strength for the north team. Right? You don't have to fight them on the hill. You can, on this particular map, you can go down the 9-0 line from the south spawn and wrap around, or you can try and win the 1-2 line. And that's what the enemies have done. They have tried to win the 9-0 line. Here they come, and this guy's realized that. So now he's going to go defend that. And the enemies are pushing the 1-2 line as well. Well done. And you notice they still got the hill. This northern spawn, they still got the hill. Like their Churchill is on the hill now, the VK302, the Juno. Who knew the Juno would get on the hill? The poor EBR at the beginning. Let's take the hill. Isn't that funny? When you play, because, hey, if you can get the hill from the south spawn, you're probably going to win. Yeah, but it's rare. Okay, maybe at low tier you can do it. Right? Tier 8, 9, and 10, good luck. But you know what's funny is that EBR starts the game. He's in the north spawn. He knows, hey, we can win the hill. He types in, let's take hill. He thinks his team's going to help him. He thinks his team's gonna help him, and then he goes up there and then no one falls. Nobody. The T50-2 goes south. Whatever medium tanks they have, they didn't go. He's now dead, and now they got the hill. You should face hug instead of sitting sideways like that. You don't have to sit sideways in front of it. Anyways, that's funny. So, I mean, this is not the right example. But you don't have to play into, and there's different maps where obviously one team has an advantage on some portion of the map. You don't have to go there to fight them at that spot. On this map, the south spawn has the better sniping spots at the back because the north spawn usually wins the hill. So there's better defending spots because look at the map. There's lots of rocks. See look at if I go down here and here, there's rocks to hide behind. Whereas on the north spawn, there's just this ledge up here. And they're in the open, these guys, right? There's that ledge. So from the hill, the south spawn can annihilate those people on the ledge. So if you win the hill from the south, game over. But typically, it's the north spawn wins the hill, so the south spawn has better cover in the rocks. That's why at the end of the game, when the enemies are in that cover at the back, you got to be careful. That's their strength. You can't just drive in the open towards them. You got to plan it. You got to go down the one line, all the way to K1 and then across. You can't just drive off the hill straight at them. You'll die. You're playing into their strength. So, anyway. Leave some comments. You guys, it's too complicated. Every map has different positions and spots that are strong for one side or the other. And I guess that's just map knowledge, right? You just have to kind of learn the maps. And when you first start playing, like if no one ever tells you, if you've never watched a video or never heard me say this map is broken, it's unbalanced. Like if you're just a player that's played for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you've never watched a video from anyone, you've already got tier 10 because you can get to tier 10 in 2 weeks in this game now. Your daddy gave you a credit card. Whatever. You're on this map and you spawn on the south. You don't know that, hey, if I try to get the hill, when I'm almost there, there's already going to be 3 enemies on the hill. If you look at the matchmaker, and there's 3 light tanks and 5 medium tanks per side, that's going to happen, right? If you look and it's 10 heavy tanks and 4 tank destroyers and an artillery per side, then maybe that won't happen. There's a lot of fast tanks on the enemy team in the north spawn. You're not going to win the hill from the south. So you roll out there, dum 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 dum. I'm in my patent, and I'm going to take the hill. You die because you played into the enemy's strength, which is from the unbalance on this map. And Kenny, does he have the gun elevation? What's this tiger think he's going to do? You can go get him now, buddy, because they only have a Hellcat and an artillery. They only have a Hellcat. You can go fight the tiger. I would not be scared of a tiger in this tank. Jeez. He's being very tentative. But now he knows where the Hellcat is. Maybe he thought he'd get in a crossfire. And he can... The tiger forgot he was here. Now the Hellcat is playing into the enemy's strength. Meaning that they're everywhere and he's in the open. Whereas the Hellcat's strength is to hide in a bush. He didn't do that. He played into the enemy's strength. But see, the enemies are everywhere. My strength is my concealment. I think the correct strategy would be to drive around in the open like an idiot. Your strength is to stay in the bush. You might get 1 or 2 more shots. It's very simple, isn't it? It's not rocket science. What's this tank's strength? Gun depression. Good turret. That's its strength. He didn't really feature that in this game. A little bit when he was approaching the hill. And making Muppets pay with your high alpha gun. I guess that's another strength. So think about it when you play. What's the strength of your tank? What's the strength of the enemy tanks? What are the strong positions for enemies? And avoid those. Play your strong positions and your strength things. You want to be strong, like Bull, like Olga. Right? You don't want to be weak, like silly little American skinny person eating Coca-Cola and hamburgers, right? You want borscht eating monster, Olga. That's what you want. Catch you guys on the next one.